Hey guys, what's up? Today we're installing the PSC RAM and building a Cougar House Fab PSC RAM mount to come off of the 05 Super Duty axle housing. And then we've got our dome tubing we picked up from Tacoma Steel the other day that we can make our steering rod with, that'll go from the drop pitman arm down to the Weaver Fabrication high steer arm. And then we can start designing up this RAM mount. So we got a bunch of work to do today, guys. Let's get started. Alright guys, leaving off there, it's a speck on the screen. Alright guys, so we got the base plate made, as you guys could see in the B-roll there. That piece we will make a bottom piece for, and then drill holes in it, weld nuts on the back, and put another plate on the front of it, and then that's what the extension piece will come off of for the PSC RAM mount. And then yeah, we'll keep cutting out those parts in the morning. This is just kind of where we left off here. We finished up another customer little Sonoma that had an oil cooler issue that we sealed up and put a new oil cooler line on for him and got that not leaking. And then we got onto this kind of later in the afternoon. So we got that made. We'll make that other piece and stuff. We got this piece all designed up here. And the steering rod made too. That's, you know, I mean, as you guys can see, goes from our Weaver Fabrication modified knuckle high steer arm up to the pitman arm. Looking really good. Alright, so we'll continue working on this in the morning, guys. I'll catch you then. Hey guys, picking up this morning. Justin and I just got done at Spike's Hydraulics, dropped off the lines for the ram up to the power steering box. They'll have those ready for us at 9 in the morning tomorrow. So we're headed up to Capital Industrial so we can get the brake lines made for, you know, obviously from brake line Chevrolet size to down to Ford size for the or Ford style down to brake calipers. So we're gonna get that done. Then we got to get back to the shop and we'll continue work on the PSC Cougar House Garage ram assist mount on the Super Duty axle. So let's go get these parts. Alright guys, we got Jonathan's wheels here. Justin and I are getting them open. We're pretty excited to check them out. I know Jonathan is. Oh man.
Christmas.
Ooh, look at that cool powder coating he got on them. That is so dope. Justin's getting out the championship ring here. Look at that, you guys. Look at that machining on it. Isn't that cool? Ah, dude, championship beadlock ring. That's dope. Okay, guys. All right, as soon as the tires show up, we'll touch base and we'll get these mounted. Guys, been getting a bunch of work down in the shop here. Sorry I didn't give you guys much of an update earlier, but as you can see, Justin's been getting all kinds of stuff done. We picked up the hydraulic lines from Spike's Hydraulics, the Parker line, super awesome. What's it rated at?
4,200 psi.
There we go. Yeah, that's pretty good compared to the stuff you get from PSC. I think is rated at like 800. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. But there's the ram mount. Let me zoom in for you. And it looks really good. He's got it so that plate will bolt on to the other plate that's welded on the axle in case it ever has to be changed out for any reason. I think that's pretty cool. You know, we got steering rod on there. Try not to make you guys sick showing you this stuff. Steering rod. But yeah, we got that done. And then he's, you know, we're waiting on our brake lines. You know, I went to Olympia yesterday and Cascade Friction, it's something Extreme Brake or something up there? Rapid Brake. And they were out of business. We showed up and they just got roofing supplies everywhere in their parking lot and in their warehouse. And I guess they became a roofing company. Well, if you got it evolved, just stay making money, I guess. It's being smart. So they're out of business. So it's to make our extended brake lines like I did the tan 4Runner, we're going to have to drive up to the industrial district in Tacoma and get some made up there because they got to be, you know, Chevrolet Silverado for this generation, these cat eyes on the frame side, and then it's got to be 05 Super Duty on the bottom side. So we got a Super Duty brake line and a Chevy brake line. We're going to take both of those with us up there and give them to them probably Monday or Tuesday and say, hey, make us some 34-inch lines. You know, enough for suspension travel. That's why they're so long. So we just got to do that, or we'd have those on. And then we need to get a power steering line from PSC that will go from, here, let me show you. So this line here, we had a 90-degree fitting coming out of the pump, and then this doesn't go in straight in the bottom. It's more like this style right here. And so that 90 there and then the straight coming out thing was making a weird angle, or if we ran the 90 at the pump and then we ran the other end straight end up here, it was wanting to kink the hose. So we're getting a 45-degree fitting to go off the pump up to the reservoir itself. And then that will be here on Thursday. So we're going to get that on then, and then we can bleed the power steering system then, torque everything. As far as steering goes, the drop pitman arm and the frame bolts and the steering rod bolts. And then we'll make sure everything's right as far as that goes. And then we'll kind of heavy tack weld in. We'll put like little welds on the steering rod and the panhard bar, so if we have to take those slugs out and make any changes, we can after the test drive. And then we'll weld up a bunch of other stuff, you know, like these shock towers and stuff. And then we got to put a few more bolts in the frame side long arm mounts. And then we're actually going to run a piece of dome tubing. Me and Justin were talking. See that lower mount there? Can you imagine the nut on the other side of that bolt for that lower link? Well, we're going to try to get 2 slugs to go in a piece of dome tubing. And the dome tubing will expand between that lower one and the passenger side lower one. And it will actually be the nut for those bolts to bolt into. Okay, sorry, didn't know if it zoomed in. But we'll have that bar will be what those bolts will bolt into, and it'll be a little extra lateral support for those. And then when the Atlas gets here, it'll come back and we'll put the Atlas in and we'll make a transmission cross member just for the Atlas. So we're looking pretty good here. And then let me take you guys outside, I'll show you guys what we've been doing out here on the Duramax as well. Okay, Justin's got the 99 to 04 Super Duty axle placed. And then with this Sky manufacturing kit here, as you can see, that's not sitting perfect on the spring plate. It puts it out a little bit wider. So we're gonna have to drill the spring plate there. And then we got to drill the cast side over here for this one as well. It just pulls it out a little bit wider, but this kit is designed for a Super Duty axle. I guess that's just a mod they planned on telling you to do. So we'll get that done, and then Justin's inside here. Sorry about the light. Justin's inside here making the U-bolt, the Cougar House Fab U-bolt flip kit with integrated panhard bar mount. There's our steel to make those U-bolt flip plates with, 3/8 mild steel. So he's getting those designed up in the PC right now. And then he's going to do a panhard bar mount off the passenger side one up to the driver's side of the frame. You know, because it's so lifted, we need a little more lateral support because it's like a 9-inch lift. I'm not sure. You know, we got those 4-inch springs. The spring hangers drop it down 6 inches. 9. What's that? 9? Yeah, 9-inch lift on that thing. So Got to have a little extra support on there. And then we're just waiting for Kaz to bring us over a set of rollers or the wheels and tires he wants to actually run on it. But Justin and I are going to finish up the day here, kind of get these made out, and then we'll see you guys here at the end of the day. Check it out, guys. Paid my Snap-on bill. And I'm like, hey, you should let me have that cool fan. He was like, you can. So I was like, yes, give me that. Let's open it up. Little cool little toolbox fan. Parts in here. Cool, check it out. We got a little USB charger on it. Ah, this is cool. There you go, check that out. Got a little LED spinner doodad in there to like say a message or something, I guess. That's cool. That'll be cool for the bench. And it's magnetic. Hell yeah, that's dope. Cool. Cool upgrade. Oh, we got the parts in. I just pretended to cut off my finger. Ah! Oh man, here we go, guys. Check it out. We got our premium Soundman kit here. Check it out, guys. Alright, so I got my side slider kit for the 4Runner, and we're ready to put the iPad side slider in there. I got something else here. I think this is my box from Tuner Crate, or package. Tuner Crate shit never disappoints. Tuner pulp. Damn, they sent me a big box this time. Like 10 shirts in here. That's why you become a YouTuber. These guys send you all kinds of stuff. It's advertisement for 32, 33 I mean. What's this one? 35. Look at this. GTR. Said I'm trying to get a Skyline here in the next couple of years, so I guess they took that to the coolest. Yeah, there we go. 70s one. Another Godzilla 32. Okay, here's our last one. That's dope. I like that brown. Damn, hit them up, guys. For all your apparel. Okay, let's get in this last box from Ballistic here. Oh, I hate these. Come on, you're from California. sorry, Arizona. Hate peanuts. Got one Spider-Man ball in here. Okay, let's open this up. Fire up the time lapse. Jesus. Peel them off the common. There we go. Here's those loaded up just like that. Alright guys, all finished up this afternoon. It's been a busy couple days, as you guys can see throughout the episode. We've been running errands and getting work done on these trucks. That's why there's a little less content of actually doing the work. But we were just getting work done. So we got the Silverado Cougar House Fab PSC ram mount made on the axle. So now, and then that setup, we did it so we have a piece that was welded onto the axle with 4 or 5 nuts on the inside of it, and then the outer plate bolts onto it, so in case that ram mount ever has to be changed for any reason, they're able to unbolt that, make the changes, and bolt another one back on instead of having to tear it into powder coat on the whole axle housing. So that's pretty cool. We got that done, and then we dropped off our hydraulic lines earlier in the week to go from the box down to the ram at Spike's Hydraulics in town. Spike's got those, he got those made, we picked those back up, got those on the truck. Now we need to get either zip tie it together or get some cool aluminum clasps, depending on what Rick says. I just got to message him about it. And then my usual place, Rapid Brake, like I was saying, shut down. They went out of business and became a roofing company. So we've got to get our extended brake lines made from the places. I'm not sure what the place is called, but it's in the industrial district of Tacoma. And we're going to go have the Cat Eye style Chevrolet end on the frame side, and then we'll have the 05 Super Duty end on the caliper side, obviously. And those are going to be 34 inches long. That gives us enough room for flex when it down travels and stuff. And then once we get those picked up Monday and Tuesday, we can get those on. We can bleed the brakes, get that done. And then also we have a power steering fitting coming from PSC, like I was saying, on Thursday, next Thursday, that will be here. And then we can get that on and we can bleed and finish plumbing the power steering system. And then we're able to bolt on like the link bar mounts, and we got to fully weld on the bridge and the coilover towers, and then it's ready for a test drive. We've got on the pan hard bar and the steering, they're heavy tack. They just have like big tack welds on them. They'll be perfectly safe for a test drive, just in case we have to change length on those or bends or do anything to change to help with the bump steer geometry, or to make it like I originally designed the geometry to be. We can make those changes then. We'd hate to have a fully welded slug and you pretty much have to restart. You'd hate to cut that slug out, do all the grinding, put it back on. It'd be too much heat in there, plus time. That's just a big waste of time to do something like that. So that's why it's tacked together and we can go do a test drive. But all right, guys. And then also, before I finish up here, we got a bunch of work done to Kaz's Duramax on top of it. and we got that. The Sky Manufacturing spring hanger and shackle mounts bring it out like a 1/2 inch each direction, and you have to drill the spring plate hole out a little bit to make for that adjustment. So we'll do that, and then we designed up in the engineering PC some U-bolt flip plates for it, and we picked up some 3/8 from Tacoma Steel the other day when we picked up our other steel. So we can get those cut out. We'll do those next week, and then we'll get that axle pinched onto that truck. We also have to go up to the place in Tacoma. We got the U-bolts, or sorry, Lacey, to get the U-bolts for the Silverado and get the same set that we can put on that truck when we're developing that Cougar House Fab U-bolt flip kit for a Duramax solid axle swap using leaf springs. So that's pretty cool. And then on top of it, Jonathan's got, you know, we got Jonathan's wheels here for his Lexus from Trail Ready. Super, super cool. They got the World Championship, or the World Championship beadlock rings, they call them, I'm pretty sure. On those, he went with 17s instead of 20s like I did on my 4Runner. And then he's ordering up some Maxxis Trepadors. He's going to do a 40 by 13.5. And they're not the competition crazy thick sticky ones. He's able to still drive on the road with these Trepadors. So they're radials. So when those get here, we can mount his bead locks on the tires, mount the wheel and tire on his truck, and then be able to actually set wheelbase and start designing up its cradle and its suspension. But before that, we got to get it on a set of rollers. We got to like weld the axles on the frame with like some stock Super Duty size wheels and tires, because the 40s would obviously hit in the fenders. But to do that, so we can roll it out of the way, get this on its test drive, bring it back, tear it down for powder coat, reassemble it, lock it up with all the gears and all those parts to rebuild the axles, and then we can get it done, get the Lexus in, and actually put it on the lift and actually start designing the parts, set out its wheelbase, and start working on that truck. And then Kaz's truck, he'll bring some wheels and tires for it soon after the U-bolts and stuff get here, and we can get that axle pinched on there. And then we just need to do high steer, put the high steer on, and then make it span hard bar so the geometry matches. And then on top of it, towards the end of the month, we're going to be working on Project Sacrilege, which is pretty cool. My friend Joe is Cummins certified. He's going to come over, and he's international certified too, you know, with the Power Strokes. So he's going to come over and help us get that PSC transmission tuner wired. It's either PSC or PCS. I always get confused by that. But he's going to help us get that flying lead harness wired in for that transmission, so we can finally actually start working on that truck again. And then also, we're going to keep working on the Red 4Runner. As far as a Red 4Runner update, we need to get some 1/4 inch plate here for Jonathan's build and for that. So I'm going to do a plate order, and then we'll be able to cut out parts for that on the weekends and on the side after work and stuff. But all right, guys, thanks for listening to all this rambling. There's a lot of stuff going on at the shop, so thanks for listening to me. But hey, you guys like what we do, you like Cougar House Garage, please drop a comment, let us know what you think of these builds. Hit the bell up there so every time we upload, you guys get a notification. You know, you might just subscribe, but YouTube's always making these changes. So if you want to be known that we have a live video up, you got to hit that bell up there. So, all right, if you like Cougar House Garage, you like what we do, check us out at cougarhousegarage.com, guys. Check us out at Facebook/Cougar House Garage, and we are Cougar House Garage on Instagram. We'll catch you guys tomorrow at FD. That's going to be a great vlog. See you later.